What if I told you that overwhelm is not something that needs to be solved? Counterintuitive, I know, but hear me out. Despite almost every other video out there being about how you can beat it, fix it, or manage it better, for many high-functioning women, that reinforces the belief that if you're still struggling with overwhelm, you must be doing something wrong or you must be broken. But what if overwhelm isn't a problem to be solved, but instead your nervous system responding to always feeling like you have to be the responsible one, the capable one, or the one that holds it all together? So in this video, I am not going to teach you how to beat overwhelm. What I am going to do is help you understand why you feel overwhelmed even when everything in your life seems just fine. Especially if you look composed on the outside, but inside you feel like you're functioning at capacity. If we haven't met yet, I'm Wiley. I've spent over a decade helping people move through overwhelm and emotional overload. I've also experienced this pattern personally as a high-functioning, highly sensitive midlife woman. And what I've learned is that overwhelm is not a personal failure. It's actually a nervous system response from holding too much for too long. When we've been running at capacity for far too long, we've learned how to just push through and keep going in order to get it all done. Our body is holding all of that tension, tightness, and emotional weight. It's the invisible mental and physical load. And even though high-functioning women have lots of willpower and determination and drive, our nervous system still has limits. Our nervous systems are like bank accounts. We start out at a certain balance, but if we're constantly making withdrawals and never making any deposits, our account will get depleted. And when you've spent years managing, anticipating, and meeting the needs of everyone else around you, carrying all that responsibility quietly, your system eventually reaches capacity. And although overwhelm doesn't always arrive in the form of a breakdown, it oftentimes shows up as pressure, tension, tightness, as a feeling like there's no more space inside you. And you don't need a big crisis for this to happen, because the body is conditioned to carry the emotional load, even when everything looks fine. So if you've been trying to fix the overwhelm that you feel, but it keeps coming back, that might be because overwhelm isn't the problem. It's the signal. It's your body trying to communicate with you and let you know you have reached capacity. For many women who are chronically holding it all together, survival mode doesn't look like chaos. It looks like composure, and it feels like control. You look capable, put together, you're on top of things. And that composure becomes your safety. And finding a way to control things feels like protection. And because you look like you've got everything handled, people rely on you more. And that's why overwhelm often goes unseen, because overwhelm is actually a body state. And not all overwhelm feels like anxiety. Sometimes it's sustained activation, where we feel like we're always on high alert. Sometimes it looks like numbness or disassociation. And sometimes it shows up as frustration and irritation. And this part matters. Feeling frustrated and irritated or being numb and disassociated is not a personality flaw. It's the body's last working alarm trying to signal you. So when irritation and frustration show up in your life, it's your body saying, I am maxed out. We have hit capacity. And that's why thinking your way out of overwhelm never works, because it's your body responding to carrying such a heavy load, not malfunctioning. Your body is not betraying you. It's communicating with you. And if you hold it all together all day and then fall apart at night, usually when you're all alone, that's not random. And it's actually not confusing once you understand the nervous system. It makes sense, because when you're moving through your day, your system is in keep it all together mode. It's very skilled at prioritizing functioning and responsibility. The body doesn't fully process that stress in real time, because that's when you feel like you still need to perform. So your body stores it, holds on to it. And then when you're all alone and when there's finally a little safety, all that stored stress and tension begins to release. That's when the tears come, the exhaustion sets in. That's when you begin to feel like you're collapsing and shutting down. Not because something is wrong with you, and not because you're failing at managing everything, but because your body is finally doing what it couldn't do earlier to release all that stored energy in your body. And that's not a flaw. That's a delayed nervous system discharge response. So if you've been listening and are quietly realizing, wow, this is what happens for me. Your overwhelm isn't asking you to be more optimized, and it isn't asking you to continue to push past your limits. It's asking to be noticed and acknowledged without judgment, to be understood as the signal that it is, and not something that you need to fight or fix. This is about leaning in and noticing and acknowledging that our body is letting us know in no uncertain terms that we have reached capacity. And if this helps you make sense of why overwhelm lives in your body, even when everything is technically okay outside, you are not alone in that experience. And if you feel even more supported in community, I will link my alignment lab below. It's a space for women to come together, recognize these patterns, and learn to finally listen to the messages that the body is sending so that you don't have to hold it all together and do it all alone anymore. These are ways of being and patterns that extend all the way back into childhood. So we have to meet ourselves with kindness and curiosity and start listening to the messages that the body is sending without judgment or criticism. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I will see you in the next one.